Hey there, my name's Paul, and this is Out of Neutral, a weekly tune-up where we look to the Bible to get in gear and follow Jesus into the life he came to make possible. Today, I want to share with you the top 10 of 2022. Like most people at the end of the year, I get reflective and try to look back over the ground that I've covered. And when it comes to the writing and speaking I've done for Out of Neutral, I want to try to understand which episodes have had the most influence in people's lives. To do that, I compare the top performing articles and videos and come up with a combined list. This year, the top 10 are dominated by discussions of emotional needs, spiritual abuse, and the differences between Catholics and Protestants. Let's walk through them in ascending order. At number 10, the 4 voices of loneliness and how to answer them. We can be alone without feeling lonely. God's word confronts the thoughts that lead us down the path of loneliness. This episode looks at the different forms that loneliness can take and how to address them from the Bible. At number 9, how to avoid teaching an unchristian message from the Bible. Whether you're a Sunday school teacher, a youth leader, or just sharing the message of the Bible with your own kids, it's important that what you say is actually Christian. Often it's not. This episode outlines how to get it right. At number 8, Catholics and Protestants on prayer to the saints. This is the first of several posts on the differences between Catholics and Protestants that made it into the top 10. Most Protestants have never considered the verses that Catholics point to in support of prayer to the saints. And most Catholics have never really considered what's really at stake. Number 7, hope when you feel hopeless. Feelings of hopelessness can catch people by surprise. And Christians too often turn to Google for answers rather than God's word. This episode looks at what you can do when the dark clouds settle in. Number 6, what is spiritual abuse and how can I discern it? For better or for worse, religion can have a powerful influence in a person's life. Unfortunately, abusive people can misuse that power for their own selfish ends. This post looks at how to discern spiritual abuse and spiritual abusers. Number 5, the question nobody's asking about the slap. Will Smith's slap of Chris Rock at this year's Academy Awards gave many people an opportunity to do what they love to do, talk about other people's sin. The more important discussion, however, is what to do when you're the one who's made the slap or done something that was clearly out of bounds. Number 4, 4 ways God can help with your anger. If Will Smith's slap got us thinking about how to deal with the aftermath of an angry outburst, this post looked at how God can keep us from getting there. He truly is just what we need to deal with the root causes of anger. At number 3, how abusers misuse the Bible against their spouses. Merriam-Webster chose gaslighting as their word of the year. It describes a way that an abusive person will manipulate someone to make them question their own reality. When that happens in the church, the Bible is often weaponized in the process. This episode looks at some of the ways that happens. At number 2, what's the difference between how Catholics and Protestants understand salvation? Catholics and Protestants share much in common, but they differ in their understanding of what we contribute to our salvation and forgiveness. Does Jesus pay the bill, or does he ask us to split it with him? This episode breaks down the 2 responses and shows us how to deal with them. And finally, number 1, what's the difference between how Catholics and Protestants view the Bible? It was most appropriate that the most viewed post dealing with the differences between how Catholics and Protestants dealt with their views of the Bible. This is a difference behind all the other differences. This post clarifies the 2 views. Maybe there's an article you missed, or one that you need to give another read. Let me know what themes or questions you'd like me to address in 2023. That's all for this year. If today's video has helped you get out of neutral, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to join us on the journey. See you back in 2023.